thought of any pitches yet for AEW All Out, and I think we're filming it in a minute.
Yeah, if not, it's already on the channel, so I'll be quite keen to see your pictures. I've got some. Hang on, let's think of some pictures.
Let's do one dead quick.
Charlie Flakes.
Charlie Flakes debuts.
One. Yeah. Satoshi Kojima turns on bread. Just abandons it.
Yeah.
Just sacks off Bread Club.
I like that.
And then Vince comes in and buys that. No, could you?
Vince McMahon buys AEW. Look for those on the pitches.
He just strolls out at the end and fires CM Punk on live TV like Jeff Jarrett. Could you imagine the internet? I think it would just be, everything would be just an error. It'd be like, dum. You wouldn't be able to get anything.
It's not what we want to happen, it's what's going to happen.
Everybody's phones just...
Wrestling news. There are big changes to AEW All Out 2021. A popular AEW star has signed a contract extension, and Braun Strowman is making a bizarre wrestling appearance, and we'll talk about that in a bit. Before we watch pitches, scritches, there is some changes to the card for AEW All Out. Some last-minute stuff that was revealed on the show and by Tony Khan on Twitter as a result of travel issues, according to Big TK. Andrade El Idolo versus Pac is off the show. That's gutting.
Yeah, he has said it'll take place on a later episode of Rampage, I believe. So we've got that to look forward to. But these things can't be planned for. Situations like this do occur. As much as you can be like, well, just get him in the country weeks before. You can, but it doesn't always line up with people's lives, and people have got lives, and it's one of those things where travel issues will always be a thing in the world of wrestling. It's just how you handle it when they come up, right? And I think this has been handled quite nicely.
Andrade tweeted out the news saying, "I wasted my time. It's like in boxing when they don't make weight. The fighter has to be fined a sum of money. Fine Pac for not getting on a train. Or he's just not ready to face me and wants one. I don't know. I just thought a train fine.
Train across the Atlantic.
I reached. Can I book a flight? Can I book a train?
Can I see your ticket, please? No.
I'm going to Chicago.
I didn't get one. Well, you're going to have to pay full price now. You're on the train.
I left it in the toilet.
Just try it.
Just got his image of Pac hiding in the train toilets all the way to Chicago.
Do you take real card?
I'm a student, man.
It's got a student rail card.
Someone's bagging. Get off the train now! That's a meme from Newcastle. You're welcome. Andrade, soon after this, as well as tweeting that.
Is there a gas leak in this room?
I think I'm high, mate. Andrade put out a tweet after this, teasing a mystery opponent for the night.
Yes.
And that's where my brain went, oh, you crafty little chickens.
I thought you were about to go, oh, you didn't know.
Oh, Road Dogg debut. Now, what if, right?
Yeah.
This is a story.
It could be. It could very well be a story.
They're telling a story.
We're getting swerved, bro.
And this is where, I mean, you think about if they are indeed teasing Andrade having a mystery opponent for the night.
Yeah.
The caliber of people that are knocking around at the moment.
Yeah, but the caliber of people that are already on the roster as well. You could do all sorts of stuff.
And there's that one.
There's that one.
Bray Wyatt.
The Shocker?
I was doing Adam Cole, Daniel Bryan, and then the mandible claw to represent.
There are many options. He
does that, didn't he? He did that, didn't he, The Fiend? I think there is a gas leak. So what's happening is with All Out. Let's get this back.
Let's down the semantics of hand gestures.
So as a result of shut up! People don't like it. We don't talk about the wrestling. People need us to talk about the wrestling.
Keep going.
So Andrade and Pac is done. Possibly a mystery opponent for Andrade. As a result of this, the Women's Casino Battle Royale has been moved to the main show.
Yes.
I kind of thought it should have been there anyway.
It should have been, but Battle Royals are quite long and they do kind of lend themselves well to pre-shows, I feel.
They do, but I like it it's on the main show.
It is nice that it's on the main show, for sure.
So they've got to get one more match. This one's in the bag. 10 men in the ring for a 10-man tag. We're getting Matt Hardy, Private Party, in TH2 versus Orange Cassidy, Jurassic Express, Chuck Taylor, and Wheeler Yuta in the buy-in.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Some 10-man shenanigans. We're not doing predictions. That is what Ross and Andrew are doing. So let's just run down the card. Jon Moxley and Satoshi Kojima. How are you feeling about that?
It's going to be a lovely, I am erect, lovely match. Next up, we've got Paul White versus QT Marshall, which we were talking about just before.
Yeah, I think White's having that.
Yeah, I think so.
White's having that one. That'd be nice. There, Miro and Eddie Kingston for the TNT title. Shoot that into me veins.
Yes. We've also got the AEW World Tag Team Championship Steel Cage match, which pits the Young Bucks, the current champions, against the Lucha Brothers, which again...
Nice. All good in-ring stuff. Britt Baker and Chris Statlander for the AEW Women's Championship.
Should be a fantastic match as well.
Britt Baker signing a contract extension. We'll chuck that in here with AEW. She says that she'll be in the women's division for a long time to come. So Baker is staying with AEW for a little while longer.
I think everybody saw that. I don't think anybody really saw her leaving because she's been going from strength to strength in AEW and sort of becoming more and more of a household name. So I'm happy with that.
Nice to see her there. I can't see her doing much else.
We've got CM Punk versus Darby Allin, of course. I mean, how could we forget that match?
That's going to be quite special.
Main event, which pits Kenny Omega, the current AEW World Champion, against Christian Cage, in which Christian's going to walk out with the title, and Christian's just going to carry on the belt collector story.
Oh, that'd be fun. I like that. Do that 10 times. I wonder, it sounds like I think Kenny Omega and Christian Cage are going to have to pull out quite a few stops because this is a loaded card.
I think they will.
And I think
they're going to.
Yeah, I want them to. I really want them to really go for it because, as the main event, you don't want to ever doubt why you wouldn't put Punk and Allen on last. Do you think they would, actually? There's a question.
It is a question. It depends entirely on the tastes of the booker. Are you more traditional? Would you always put your World Championship on last? Or will you go for that? The Punk return, or are you going to have a situation where the night is overrun with CM Punk chants, no matter the intensity of the wrestling on display, and are you going to have to just get that out of the way fairly early on?
Put him on first.
Yeah.
Das interessant. That could be a case. That could be a thing that happens.
It'll get people immediately buying it if they're watching the pre-show and it's like Punk's up next. It'll be like, oh.
If you hit Cult Personality as the thing's cutting out. There you go. You're welcome. Let's roll straight to our final story. Braun Strowman teased a big old announcement, didn't you, old Adam Scherr?
Yeah, so Braun's been somebody we've sat here and we've talked about it quite a lot of length. Braun is somebody who walked away from WWE after being released and walked away from the world of wrestling rather after being released by WWE. And it seems like, or it seemed at least, that was the case and that he'd only really go back to wrestling if WWE were the ones making the offer. He then took an offer to wrestle in Qatar, and now he's going to be appearing in EC3's Free the Narrative, The Monster Within, which you can purchase on EC3's Patreon account. Now, a teaser video is up on both of their socials, I believe, and it shows Braun and EC3 having a little bit of a stare down, and then a backwards message plays in the background, and the backwards message is a whispery voice, and this is key if you'd been watching stories about Braun recently and keeping on top of it. The whispery voice says, "Free the Titan," and he'd already kind of alluded to the name Titan as being his new gimmick. So this is exciting. You can pre-order it and you can sort of watch it on his Patreon, as I said, but it's all, the pre-order links are on EC3 and Adam Scherr's Twitter accounts. I'm excited for this.
I think the name Titan suits the former Braun Strowman.
The only thing that makes me a bit miffed is that I love this wrestler in Mexico called Titan. And and if Braun just becomes this megastar globally as Titan, it's going to be like, Titan had the name first.
Is it going to be a thing where people try and book Titan and they accidentally book Titan, or
if they accidentally book Titan, they're going to have a hell of a show anyway, because the guy he can do things that you just shouldn't be able to do with physics. So
it's going to be like the time on FIFA Road to World Cup '98 where I couldn't afford Ronaldo, so I bought Redondo.
Oh, nice!
It was like a quarter of the price.
I will say though, the EC3 Free the Narrative stuff is very it's very thematic and it's very stylized, and it's unlike a lot of content out there in the wrestling sphere. It's unlike most dramatic kind of differently shot wrestling. It's worth checking out for sure, and this is something I'm probably going to pre-order myself.
Feels like it's going to be a cinematic wrestling match.
Yes, it's kind of, you get a flavour for it from the teaser. That kind of shows you and gives you all of that feel you need.
I like it. Are you on Twitch today?
I am on Twitch. I don't know if I'm doing anything like in particular pre-planned because I've been trying to work out for ages how to get my VR headset to work so I can have live Twitch chat, and now I think I've done it. So tonight we might just be messing around with a couple of VR games, just making sure I can see, people like run around playing Super Hot or whatever, but every time I pull my hand up I can see the chat, I can do this, and then we can sit and, do whatever on VR.
That's exciting.
It is exciting because we've got such a big empty space there next door, and if I can get a big draw area, we can just be doing all sorts of stupid stuff and running around, and you can have a camera of me looking like an idiot and then a video of the gameplay that I'm seeing.
Get amongst it. Twitch.tv/Cultaholic with Sam Driver from 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
British summertime.
That's right.
Have an amazing day and look after yourselves. Stay safe. I love you. Bye.
Bye.